Belle Korn was a middle-aged woman, married, and living with her husband in modest financial conditions. She led a content life in Missouri, USA. Belle was humble and lacked a wild imagination. She was quite unremarkable in her academic pursuits and didn't possess any notable talents. Her only passion was music, and from a young age, she dreamed of becoming a famous singer. She started learning to play the piano but never achieved her dream, similar to many others. Belle had no interest in literature, poetry, or other refined arts requiring a natural gift or sharp intellect. She and her husband were not wealthy, but enjoyed a comfortable, simple life with a servant. Belle often spent her time chatting with her neighbors. One day, Belle was at her friend's house, who talked about Ouija boards and their connection to spirits, claiming they could communicate with the dead. Intrigued, one of the friends suggested they contact a spirit, and another decided to buy a Ouija board to invite her friends over for some fun. Mrs. Higgins, the neighbor, bought the Ouija board and invited Belle and their other friend over to her house for a session. Belle, skeptical about a wooden board's ability to reach spirits, joined in merely for a change in routine. Initially, the friends received nothing but random letters with no meaning. Suddenly, the letters formed coherent words and sentences, with the message they received being, "Long before the moons, I lived, and now I have returned. My name is Patience Worth." This message terrified the three friends. They asked the spirit who had contacted them about its identity, and it responded that it was a woman who lived from 1649 to 1694. In the days that followed, the women continued communicating with the ghost, learning that she was an Englishwoman who gave a detailed description of where she was born and raised. She also said she was murdered by Native Americans upon arriving in America, near present-day New York City. Subsequently, the interaction between Belle and the ghost became more direct, and Belle no longer needed the Ouija board. It appeared that Patience Worth was a writer or poet since Belle began writing extensively, inspired by Patience. The local community soon took notice of the ghostly author's literary works. By 1922, Belle's husband passed away suddenly while she was 6 months pregnant, and her mother died shortly thereafter. These tragedies deeply affected Belle in a single year. She remarried twice but failed to find stability, and unexpectedly, Patience stopped visiting Belle. In her last message, Patience said they would no longer communicate, predicting Belle's imminent death. Belle told a friend about the ghost's prophecy, although she had no health issues. A few days later, Belle died unexpectedly in December 1937 at the age of 54. Her story with the literary ghost remains one of the most fascinating mysteries to this day.